So you got a young defensive line going against a very experienced offensive line.
No doubt.
What's your kind of assessment of them, and what concerns, if any, do you have about
Yeah,
them?
I mean, it's definitely, it's one of the top O lines in the league, and Coach Stoutland has been there for a while, and obviously new offensive coordinator, but you see a lot of the same stuff. You can tell that a lot of the continuity that they've had, and they've done a great job developing those guys. You can see they have a philosophy, and it's a great challenge, like it is any week, but this week especially.
I think
Brady was saying that you can't practice going against that because one, the fear of injury, but just two, it's not something you're doing this late in the season. What are you teaching a guy who's never seen it before about how to stop the
Tush push, yeah, it's that's something they have a huge advantage on, obviously, because it's something you can tell that they installed in the off-season training camp, and they do it every week, and it's kind of, it was starting to go around the league a little bit more last year, and you can tell since they made that little bit of a rule change that it's kind of gone away from some of the other teams, and yeah, it's an extremely hard play to stop, and it's a very efficient play for them. So yeah, we just obviously you try to do it in walkthroughs and simulate it best you can, and hopefully I come up with a good plan to stop it. You walk through, yeah. You don't. I wouldn't say you go full pads and go full go with the tush push. Really, and no matter what time of year it is, yeah.
Kobe has talked about the level of competition in that pass rush group, the way they joke about blocking each other out for sacks, just making bets about who's going to have the highest sack. How have you kind of seen that competition and just overall growth?
You just really seeing those guys grow together, seeing their execution, playing off one another, running games off one another, running natural rushes off one another. It's a lot of competition for who gets the sacks, but they're very happy for each other. I don't see it as obviously a selfish group at all. They're so happy for each other. They love rushing together, and they're just continuing to grow and get better and better every week.
How have you seen the most from the start of the season?
Oh man, a lot of different things. I think it's some of how Giff, AC, and Joe, they do such a great job how they've went about coaching it and installing it through our walkthroughs, and then kind of regressing into practice, how we're coaching certain things, understanding when some of those opportunities are to rush a passer, and I think that's the biggest thing is earning the right, stopping the run first, earning the right to put him in those passing situations, so you actually get him to throw it, and a lot better chances to rush.
Coach. What have you seen on the field and what's made Saquon Barkley so successful this season?
It's a great fit for them. Great fit for them. Like we just talked about the O-line. They're obviously a huge offensive line, and they get a lot of movement at the line of scrimmage. So he's got some space sometimes, and anytime their seam gets there and he gets into the second level untouched, it's scary. And so it's just a really good fit. Obviously, he's probably one of the best, if not the best, open field runners in the league right now, and it's a great fit. And they get movement at the line of scrimmage, and anybody jumps out of a gap if you're undisciplined at all, he can go for 80 at any point.
What's the key for you guys to try to slow them down?
Yeah, it's like it is any week. You're trying to get knocked back at the line of scrimmage. You don't want to create any movement. You want to obviously corral and population tackle, any one-on-one space tackle. We talked about it really every week. A couple weeks ago, we really had a huge emphasis versus the Dolphins. Any one-on-one space tackle versus these guys, or versus Saquon, is going to be an extremely hard tackle no matter who you are. So population tackles and knockback.
Besides statistics and things like that for Cam Kitchens, what else is the most telling indicator of his performance in terms of just the comfort that he's?
The coolest thing about that is he's been, since for the last 4 or 5 weeks, he's been coming in and meeting with Ob and Beak extra almost every single night, every single morning. He's in there, and you just see that progression and how he's becoming more and more comfortable, and you can see him communicating more comfortably. And Cam Curl, ended up kind of missing some practice with the knee injury, so he ended up getting a bunch of practice reps. It was after the Vikings game when Cam went down to the knee, and he ended up getting a bunch of practice reps. You just saw the growth kind of throughout practice, and then he ends up going in the Seattle game and making plays and gaining confidence. So I think it's just the confidence, the hard work that he's put in, and he's seen that hard work pay off, and that just continues to elevate his performance.
Coach Turner is a guy that has gotten a lot of respect, not just from the young guys on the defensive line, but veterans as well. Have you seen him kind of build that trust among his team? teammates and that reference on everybody on the team?
It's just the way it works. I mean, the way he goes about every single day. Just at our walkthrough right now, he's out there leading the group. He's locked in every single time. In the weight room, whether it's the meeting room, those guys are always communicating. He's a really special person and a special player the way he goes about his business.
Coach, Coach, Jalen Hurts can be extremely dynamic in the run game. How important is it going to be for the defensive front to not only stay in their rushing lanes, but corral and work together in tandem to keep him in the pocket?
Yeah, it's everything, and he's an elite QB and elite competitor, and obviously he can make all the throws, and when things break down, that's a huge point where he can really hurt you off schedule. Fortunately or unfortunately, we've played some quarterbacks this year that have been able to do that. You see Caleb Williams and Kyler Murray, and it's same but different. Obviously, he's stronger. He's bigger. And when he breaks through the line, he's looking to move the chains, not necessarily always just slide.
The division, how it's shaking out, how much scoreboard watching are you guys doing?
It's like it allows you at some points to, if we had a day off or Sunday off to watch the games as fans, and you kind of, you're obviously rooting against your division or anything like that. But, you're always worried about what you're doing. That's always the thing. If we don't take care of business, nothing else matters.